Typed it fast with one hand while the drink machine hummed behind me. Use your phone, not mine. You look nervous the whole time. Song changed right before I left. I heard the chorus outside. You asked like you practiced first. Same smile people always use. Standing near the freezer lights, holding two different bottled drinks. Your screen was way too bright. Crack across the corner edge. Battery sitting on 4%. Still had 5 apps open. I took the phone without a word. I'm moving faster than my thoughts. Yeah, saved it under something simple. Didn't even add a heart. Friend behind you fixing the hair through the black reflection glass. Someone dropped a stack of coins. Cashier barely looked up. Ice melting through the paper cup made my fingers cold and slick. You kept asking little questions, I kept answering half of them. Use your phone, not mine. Didn't even unlock my screen. Typed it fast with one hand while the drink machine hummed behind me. Use your phone, not mine. You look nervous the whole time. Song changed right before I left. I heard the chorus outside. Green numbers on the microwave, counting down beside your arm. Someone waiting near the window, fog collecting on the glass. You asked me what I listened to. I said, whatever's playing now. Truth is, I forgot the name before the second verse came in. Your lock screen was a beach photo, probably taken somewhere warm. Mine stayed dark inside my pocket, next to old receipts and gum. You laughed when I spilled my name, like it sounded different out loud. Then your friend called from outside, and the whole place got louder. I put the cap back on my drink, wiped the water on my jeans. Still sound ringing behind me, same tone every store keeps. Didn't check if you texted, walked 3 blocks before I looked. Streetlight hidden puddles, sideways music leaking from the hook. Somebody skateboarding downhill, wheel sound cutting through the dark. I still knew your passcode pattern just from watching your thumb once. Use your phone, not mine. Didn't even turn around. Your name's still going on the screen before it finally timed out. Use your phone, not mine. That's probably why it stayed. Some things look cooler in passing than when they actually remain. Keep the jacket, looks better on you anyway. Left before the next song came, didn't ask for it back. Keep the jacket, cigarette smell on the sleeve. Your friend's still outside laughing while I walked down the street. You grabbed it right before we left. Said the wind got cold and now I had one hand on my drink, other hand inside my pocket. Blue light from the karaoke sign kept flashing on your face. Somebody yelling from upstairs, bass leaking through the hallway. I saw my lighter in your jeans, next to photo receipts. You said I'll give it back next time, like there was already one. Friend of yours kept missing calls, phone vibrating on the table, ice melting in the metal tray next to half-inch fries. You wore the jacket open like you forgot it wasn't yours. I almost said something once, then the train passed overhead. Keep the jacket, looks better on you anyway. Left before the next song came, didn't ask for it back. Keep the jacket, cigarette smell on the sleeve. Your friend's still outside laughing while I walk down the street. Cold air following the sidewalk, taxi lights across the curb. Someone skateboarding downhill, wheel sound echoing first. Your message came like 20 minutes later, just a blurry mirror pic. My jacket hanging off one shoulder, flash too bright to see your lips. I zoomed in on the background, noticed my lighter on the sink, next to keys and mint gum wrappers under cheap fluorescent pink. Didn't answer right away, kept the screen face down instead. Store alarm from across the street rang when somebody walked in. City felt unusually quiet, even with the traffic noise. Sometimes things stay interesting longer when they're not yours. You never asked if I I got home. I never asked about the jacket, still knew exactly where it was. Soon as I smelled smoke again, keep the jacket, probably won't need it tonight. Weather app said it stays warm till almost 5 a.m. Keep the jacket, I forgot I even liked it. Some things only start looking good after somebody else wears them. Yeah. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Didn't even look up once. Ketchup cold on my fingertips, ice hitting the plastic cup. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Whole place watching us now. You kept standing by the table, I kept sitting in the booth. Basketball game above the counter, muted with the captions on. Some kid dropped his milkshake lid, worker yelling from the back. You walked over way too confident, chest scraped hard against the floor. Friend beside me kept chewing ice like she heard this all before. You said something about my attitude, I was opening ketchup packs, phone screen lighting up my rings while I wiped sauce on the napkin. Yeah, music changed the early 2000s. Someone laughed near the arcade. Your reflection in the soda machine looked tougher than your face did. I took another fry slow, burned my tongue and kept chewing. You kept waiting for a reaction, like the silence would break first. Girl behind us taking selfies, flash bouncing against the wall. A guy in work boots near the register kept pretending not to watch. My friend slipped me extra ketchup without saying anything. You kept talking louder somehow. Every minute felt the same. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Didn't even look up once. Ketchup cold on my fingertips, ice hitting the plastic cup. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Whole place watching us now. You kept standing by the table, I kept sitting in the booth. Your friend finally pulled your sleeve, said, "Joe, leave it, let's just go." Someone near the window clapped once, thinking something big would happen. Nothing did except my soda losing fizz beside my hand. Fries getting colder by the minute, salt stuck underneath my nails. You asked me if I heard you, I said, yeah, probably. Then grabbed one more from the tray without even checking you. Girl behind the counter staring while pretending clean up work. Receipt paper curling sideways under neon menu lights. You left first, door alarm ringing, cold air moving through the place. Friend across from me started laughing, said I looked bored the whole time. I finally looked up after, saw your car lights leaving slow. Ketchup stain still on my finger, playlist switching to the next song. Couple in the bathroom arguing over something small again. Drive-through numbers blinking red on the screen above the kitchen. I was more focused on the ketchup than whatever you were saying. Some people need a whole scene just to feel like they matter. I just wanted quiet food, plastic booth and cold soda. You kept trying way too hard, that's what made the whole thing funny. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Last few sitting in the tray, I kept dipping them in ketchup long after you walked away. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Ice completely melted down, didn't even lose my appetite. That's what made you mad somehow. Still eating fries while you talk loud. Neon lights across the floor, everybody thought I'd react. That's probably what bored me more. Check, check, yeah, sat there anyway. Didn't ask whose seat it was, whole table got quiet fast. I stopped hitting in the cups, sat there anyway. Bag drop right beside my shoes, you kept staring at your drink, like the answer lived in there. Music low above the speakers, some old rap song from before. Menu light kept blinking sideways on everybody's face. Your jacket hanging off the booth, mine folded near the wall. Friend across from you stopped laughing soon as I pulled out the chair. Didn't look around too much, just pushed my hair behind one ear. Somebody stirring melted ice, way too long without a sip. You said, I think that seat's taken. I said, yeah, probably. Then moved the sauce tray half an inch and sat down comfortably. Basket near the center table smelled like extra salted fries. Girl beside the register pretended not to watch us twice. Guy behind the counter wiping trays kept glancing. Every couple seconds someone dropped a stack of napkins right beside the soda machine. Friend beside me whispered something, I just shrugged without looking. Phone buzzing, face down in my bag all through the second chorus. Sat there anyway. Didn't ask whose seat it was. Whole table got quiet fast. I stopped hitting in the cups. Sat there anyway. Bag dropped right beside my shoes. You kept staring at your drink, like the answer lived in there. Your friend finally checked his phone, screen light glowing on his chin. Someone near the bathroom laughed like they missed the awkward part. I kept reading random labels off the sauce bottle cap. You kept waiting for a reason for me to move or say something. Outside rain touched the windows, soft streets crossing neon signs. Drive-through numbers changing colors every couple seconds flat. I asked the waiter for more napkins before I even looked your way. Whole booth felt too small somehow once nobody talked again. Yeah, girl behind me dropped the fork, sound bounced off the tile floor. You finally took one sip without breaking eye contact. Couple near the entrance arguing over who forgot the keys. Receipt paper near your elbow, curl from water underneath. I leaned back against the booth seat, finished fries one at a time. You kept checking who was watching, I kept checking nothing much. People think the loudest person always owns the room first. Sometimes all it really takes is acting like you belong there. Sometimes silence changes everything, more than yelling ever could. Everybody waited for a scene that never really came. Sat there anyway, didn't even check the time. Finished half my drink in silence while your whole side stayed quiet. Sat there anyway, chair still warm when I stood up. Nobody said anything, that's what made it funny. Sat there anyway, sat there anyway. Rain still sliding down the glass. Song switched right before I left. Nobody moved till then. Yeah, kicked it way too hard. Now the whole block smell like onions, people covering their faces. I said you're welcome and kept walking, kicked it way too hard. Didn't know it would explode, pieces flying past the crosswalk. Somebody yelling, yo, what was that? Walking past the corner store, phone battery on 1%. Plastic bag rolled down the sidewalk, right into my left shoe. I stopped like, what even is this? Looked around, nobody claimed it. Street light hit the wet pavement, whole thing shining kinda weird. There was music from a black sedan, waiting at the red light. Got outside the smoke shop laughing before I even touched it. I kicked it like a soccer ball, full force through the parking lane. Bag ripped open in the air, onion pieces everywhere. One hit somebody's hoodie, another bounced off a car. Little kids started crying, laughing. Older lady looked disgusted. Kicked it way too hard. Now the whole block smelled like onions, people covering their faces. I said you're welcome and kept walking, kicked it way too hard. Didn't know it would explode, pieces flying past the crosswalk. Somebody yelling, yo, what was that? Friend beside me almost folded, holding on to parking meters. Said I really lost my mind over vegetables at midnight. Taxi driver rolled his window down just to stare at all the pieces. Someone stepped on half an onion, slid a little near the curb. Smell got stronger near the alley. Whole street kinda smelled like burgers. Girl outside the convenience store said, damn, my eyes are burning. I just shrugged and fixed my jacket, kept walking at the same pace. Honestly, it smelled better than half the colognes downtown. Guy behind us started clapping like he watched a magic trick. traffic light turned green above us till nobody moved right away. My bad, probably should've left it where it rolled, but the way it crossed my path felt personal somehow. Kicked it way too hard. Onion pieces on the crosswalk. Whole block smelling complicated for at least another hour. Kicked it way too hard. People still talking behind me. I just laughed and kept moving like nothing even happened. My order number hit the screen. Walked up slow without a rush. Already smoked the grilled onions before I reached the pickup line. Got there and the tray was empty, except some fries near the edge. You were halfway through the burger, holding napkins to your chest. I said, pretty sure that one was mine. You said they handed it to me. Didn't even stop chewing while the soda machine screamed. Pickle slice stuck near your sleeve. Receipt curled beside your drink. Cashier calling out new combo. Salt covering half the counter. Someone dropped the lid behind me. Cola spreading near the napkins. I checked the screen above us twice. Same number still blinking there. You looked way too comfortable eating something with my name on it. So I stopped feeling annoyed and started thinking bigger. Ordered 10 more burgers, set them right in front of you. Whole tray barely fit the table, still have fries left too. Ordered 10 more burgers, didn't raise my voice once. You kept eating like nothing happened, so I made it awkward for us both. Asked the cashier for the same thing, then repeated it 9 more times. She stopped typing for a second before the kitchen started moving. Buzzer shaking across the counter, paper bags under yellow lamps, steam rising through the restaurant, covering half the menu signs. I carried every tray myself, balanced drinks against my arm, sat them down right in front of you without slowing down once. Extra ketchup sliding sideways off the corner of the tray. One packet landed near your shoe. I left it there beside your chair. Got near the refill station, froze, holding ice against his cup. Someone waiting by the pickup screen missed their order number twice. Some situations get too stupid to solve in normal ways. Sometimes the best response is making everything strange. Ordered 10 more burgers, set them right in front of you. Whole tray barely fit the table, still had fries left too. Ordered 10 more burgers, didn't raise my voice once. You kept eating like nothing happened, so I made it awkward for us both. Walked out while the fires buzzed, door alarm behind my back. Receipt still inside my pocket, smelling like fries all the way home. Ordered 10 more burgers, didn't even finish one. That somehow made the whole thing feel even funnier. Yeah, ay, 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 yeah. Elevator halfway full, wet umbrellas by the wall. Coffee moving in somebody's hand. Floor numbers blowing gold. You kept pressing closed door again and again. Thumb hitting plastic like the ride would speed up for you. Speaker music too soft. Jacket sleeves brushing metal. Girl beside me fixing lipstick through the mirror reflection. Floor 6, small vibration. Doors open, nobody move. You pressed it twice again, so I stepped closer. Put my hand over yours and held the button once. Got behind the strictest watch without really looking down. Someone's tote bag brushed my leg when the elevator shook. Whole elevator went quiet, except the ice inside a cup. You finally stopped moving. That's when the doors close. Whole elevator stay still. Silver lights against your sleeve. Everybody suddenly acting like they weren't listening. Hand over yours. That finally stopped it. Silver walls. Everybody facing forward. Hand over yours. Didn't even look at you. Floor lights changing slow. Why'd the speaker play the same loop? Hand over yours. Doors closing on their own. Your thumb finally staying still next to mine against the button. Phone battery flashing red inside the black screen reflection. Rain smell mixed with perfume and overheated elevator air. You cleared your throat once, check the floor display. I kept reading random numbers off the emergency sticker. Floor 12, doors open, cold air, then silence again. Near the mirror, stop scrolling, woman by the button side. Speaker music, looping piano, same melody every ride. You moved your hand away first, mine stayed another second. Doors closed, moved between us without needing up this time. Someone in the back kept shifting, paper cup against their chest. Building lights through the gap, flashed across the metal walls. Yeah, people always rush. Small things like buttons change their lives, like pressing harder somehow saves another 30 seconds. People always act impatient inside places they can't control. That's probably why your hand stayed there so long before mine. Hand over yours, that finally stopped it. Silver walls, everybody facing forward. Hand over yours, didn't even look at you. Floor lights changing slow, while the speaker played the same loop. Hand over yours, elevator humming low, mirror ceiling catching light. While nobody said a word. Floor 14 finally open. You stepped out without a word. I stayed inside till 16, watching the numbers climb. Hand over yours, metal doors sliding shut. Speaker music still repeating all the way back down. Hand over yours. Yeah, your reflection disappeared first. Mine stayed in the metal wall until the lobby lights came back. Hey, everybody switch targets. Soon as I walk through the gate, water hitting both my shoulders. Yeah. Music shaking, paper plates, everybody switch targets. Ooh. Pool lights flashing on my shades. Whole rooftop turned in my direction. Before I even grabbed the drink, speaker hanging from the railing. Bass making the floor feel soft. Someone filling neon water guns from a cooler full of ice. Pink wristbands sticking the skin, wet footprints near the stairs. Girl in silver swim goggles running past with 2 refill tanks. First hit coming near the collar, cold water down my back. Didn't even speed up walking, just fixed my sunglasses once. DJ yelling at a laptop, cause the left side got too wet. Somebody slipped beside the speaker, still holding on to their red cup. Everybody screaming different songs, none of them matching the beat. Water bouncing off the rooftop walls, landing on the plastic seats. You could feel the whole party shift, like somebody changed direction. All the water guns kept turning every time I crossed the lights. Everybody switched targets. Soon as I walked through the gate, water hitting both my shoulders. Music shaking, paper plates, everybody switched targets. Pool lights flashing on my shades. Whole rooftop turned in my direction. Before I even grabbed a drink, someone handed me a super soaker bigger than the one they had. I just held it by my side while they kept running through the smoke. Ice melting in silver buckets, flip-flop sliding in the bar. City lights behind the rooftop fence, looking blurry through the mist. Water dripping from my sleeves onto somebody's phone screen. Got near the speakers yelling my bad after spraying half the playlist set up. Girl beside the cooler laughing cause her eyeliner disappeared. Somebody threw a beach ball hard straight into the exit sign. I finally sprayed one person back. Whole crowd started moving faster. Music jumping through the rooftop air, like the bassline got wetter too. Summer nights get strange sometimes when nobody wants to stay dry. Everybody acting louder soon as the water starts flying. Everybody switch targets. Still so walking down the stairs. Speaker music fading slowly. Water dripping from my ring. Everybody switch targets. City air colder after midnight. Kept my sunglasses on leaving, even with my hair still wet. Yeah, still dancing through it. Still dancing through it. Ice all over the floor. Everybody slipping sideways, drinks sliding toward the door. Still dancing through it, bass shaking through my shoes. Wet footprints under neon lights, speaker cables soak through. Somebody dropped the ice bucket right beside the rooftop rail. Water running past the coolers toward the folded beach chairs. Plastic cups started moving every time the bass line hit. Girl in silver swim goggles almost fell into the speaker. DJ holding up the laptop, trying not to lose the mix. Someone yelling, watch the floor, while still running through the puddles. My shoes squeaking to the rhythm, hoodie sticking to my back. Didn't even slow my steps down, just kept moving with the drums. Pink wristbands floating near us like little glowing jellyfish. Pool lights bouncing off the puddles all across the rooftop tiles. Whole party moving careful, except me. Somehow everybody looking downward while I kept looking out. Still dancing through it, ice all over the floor. Everybody slipping sideways, drinks sliding toward the door. Still dancing through it, bass shaking through my shoes. Wet footprints under neon lights, speaker cables so Someone dropped their sunglasses near the puddle by the stairs. Got beside the cooler, grabbed the wall, trying not to wipe out hard. Music got a little faster after somebody hit the aux. City lights behind the rooftop look blurry through the water drops. One girl laughing with mascara running halfway down her face. Someone used the wet floor sign like a dance partner for a minute. Ice cubes melting near my ankles while the bass kept rolling low. I spun once near the railing, nearly kicked somebody's drink. DJ finally stopped complaining, started nodding with the beat. Whole rooftop turned chaotic, but somehow cleaner than before. Summer nights get strange fast once nobody cares anymore. All the slipping in the water started matching with the groove. Still dancing through it, ice all over the floor. Everybody slipping sideways, drinks sliding toward the door. Still dancing through it, bass shaking through my shoes. Wet footprints under neon lights, speaker cables so still dancing through it. City air colder now, water dripping from my sleeves all the way down the stairs. Still dancing through it, music fading near the exit. Ice crunching underneath my shoes long after the party stopped. Yeah. Whole block outside, speaker louder than the crosswalk sign. Wet sidewalk shining under taxi lights. Everybody still outside. Whole block outside, somebody dancing on the yellow line. Traffic slowing at the corner store, like the street turned ours tonight. Yeah, left the rooftop with the cooler, still dripping from the water fight. Portable speaker in my left hand, playing something with too much bass. From behind me carrying glow sticks. Someone rolling up their jeans. Pool water still inside our shoes. Running down the subway stairs. Crosswalk time, I'm counting backwards. Nobody speeding up. Guy selling fruit outside the market. Started nodding with the drum. Somebody climbed onto a mailbox, holding cups above their head. Bike tires cutting through the puddles, spraying water near the curb. Speaker clipping every low end. Still nobody turned it down. Red and blue lights passed beside us, kept moving without stopping once. Started with like 6 people, turning away more somehow. Every corner getting louder every time we cross the street. Whole block outside, speaker louder than the crosswalk sign. Wet sidewalk shining under taxi lights. Everybody still outside. Whole block outside, somebody dancing on the yellow line. Traffic slowing at the corner store, like the street turned ours tonight. Someone plugged another speaker into the one already playing. Bass bouncing against the buildings, all the windows shaking slightly. Girl beside me wearing swim goggles inside the 24-hour deli. Cashier watching from the register, while the freezer lights kept flickering. Steam rising from the food carts, mixing with the summer heat. Got buying dress shoes, lost one loafer. Someone near the parking lane. Bang, bang. Friends yelling different song requests. None of them matching the ox. Green traffic right above the avenue, reflecting off the wet asphalt. I jumped onto the median once, nearly slipped beside the rail. Still kept moving the rhythm while the whole street echoed back. Felt like every passing stranger turned their head for half a second, like the city changed direction just because we kept walking. Whole block outside, speaker louder than the crosswalk sign. Wet sidewalk shining under taxi lights. Everybody still outside. Whole block outside, somebody dancing on the yellow line. Traffic slowing at the corner store, like the street turned ours tonight. Whole block outside, sun almost thinking about rising. Music echoing past the bus stop. All my clothes still smell like chlorine. Whole block outside, portable speaker almost dying, still dragging everybody forward. One more block before sunrise. Saw you rolling past the corner store, longboard cutting through the light. Hoodie strings behind your shoulders, wheels brainwashed by the curb. Everybody looked for half a second, then went back to what they had. You leaned into the downhill smooth, like the sidewalk knew your name. I had one earbud still hanging, phone battery, someone near dead. Taxi passing, left reflections all across the wet cement. Watched you carve around a puddle without slowing down once. Look way too fun to ignore, so I grabbed the nearest board. Guy outside the smoke shop blinked when I pushed off from the rail. Board shaking under both my shoes, street lights flickering on the truck. Same turn, same downhill, same wheels humming through the block. Same movement, different jacket, both of us riding through the fog. Copied your line all the way past the traffic lights. Wet pavement glowing underneath the city, moving side to side. Copied your line, didn't even think twice. Followed your wheels through the crosswalk like I already knew the ride. Yeah, you look back once near the deli, hair still wet against your neck. I almost clipped the parking meter, trying to copy how you turn. Someone yelled something from a window, couldn't hear it through the bass. Speaker from a passing bike cart, shaking milk crates by the curb. I leaned harder near the corner, board wheels rattling on the brakes. Nearly lost it by the bus stop, still kept rolling through the lights. Your reflection crossed the taxi, mine crossed right behind it. Two shadows moving downhill fast under blinking pharmacy signs. Phone slipped halfway from my pocket, caught it right before it fell. Didn't stop the board for anything, just bent lower through the turn. Same road, same timing, both cutting through the summer air. Whole street still moving, even after all the rooftop noise. Copy your line, all the way past the traffic lights. Wet pavement glowing underneath the city, moving side to side. Copy your line, didn't even think twice. Followed your wheels through the crosswalk like I already knew the ride. You turned left near the river walk. I kept going straight ahead. Board wheels humming softer now under early morning buses. Copied your line just because it felt right. City air still cold and silver, long after you disappear. Yeah. Yeah. Popcorn all across the sidewalk, outside the movie theater light. Somebody dropped a whole bucket, then just kept walking with their day. Yellow pieces getting crushed under wet black running shoes. Little snapping sounds repeating. every couple steps apart. I had one earbud still playing, battery somewhere near dead. Taxi water hit the curb right beside the crossing sign. First step sounded accidental, second one matched with the beat. Third one kinda lined up perfectly with the signal going red. Kept hearing crunches under every step, whole sidewalk turning into percussion somehow. Popcorn rhythm, walking right in time with it. Wet pavement glowing underneath while the city kept moving. Popcorn rhythm, little cracking sounds in sync. Every step across the crosswalk felt like part of the drums. Guy outside the corner deli looked down once, then looked away. Bus stop lights reflecting silver off the puddles near my shoes. Someone riding past on skates, rolled through half the scattered pieces. Tiny pops beneath the wheels echoing against the glass. I started changing how I walk just to hear the pattern shift. Left foot slow, right foot quicker, matching with the passing bass. Movie posters moving slightly from the air outside the station. Steam rising from the food cart, mixing with the colder wind. Almost missed the walk signal, trying to land the rhythm right. Whole block sounding different suddenly because I noticed one small thing. People probably thought I was just walking home. Didn't know the sidewalk started making music first. Popcorn rhythm, walking right in time with it. Wet pavement glowing underneath while the city kept moving. Popcorn rhythm, little cracking sounds in sync. Every step across the crosswalk felt like part of the drums. Last few pieces near the gutter, soft from all the rain already. Still crunching underneath my shoes, all the way down the block. Popcorn rhythm, one earbud still hanging loose. City sounding half asleep, except the sidewalk under me. Hey, hey. Crosswalk counting down from 7. White lines glowing from the rain. Someone standing 2 feet in front of me, hood pulled halfway over their face. Street lights stretching shadows sideways across the pharmacy sign. First step landed on your outline before I even thought about it. Left shoe over your shoulder, right foot crossed your moving hand. You kept walking at the same pace, didn't notice anything. Taxi lights drag yellow colors through the puddles by the curb. I still had one earbud hanging, playing something almost dead. Every time the signal changed, your shadow changed shape too. I started matching all my steps without really meaning to. Stepping on your shadow, all the way past the corner store. Crosswalk beeping in the background, like it knew the rhythm too. Stepping on your shadow, both of us still moving north. Wet pavement under neon signs, pulling everything forward. Wind kept bending all the outlines toward the middle of the street. Sometimes I would miss completely when the buses passed too close. You stopped once beside the deli, checking something on your phone. Your shadow folded near my shoes under flickering freezer lights. Got outside, the laundromat smoking, watched us for half a second. Probably thought I knew you somehow from the way I followed close. Signal change, cars roll forward, water sprayed against the curb. You crossed early through the avenue, I copied that without thinking. Almost slipped beside a bike rack, trying not to lose the shape. Funny how small things start feeling important after midnight. Whole city half asleep except the sidewalk under us. Stepping in your shadow, all the way past the corner store. Crosswalk beeping in the background, like it knew the rhythm too. Stepping in your shadow, both of us still moving north. Wet pavement under neon signs, pulling everything forward. struck, your shadow disappeared first. I stayed there another second, watching headlights cross the wall. Your shadow probably looked strange from far away, but the walk home felt less empty, with something to follow. Just got on anyway, like the number on the front. Didn't ask where it was going, just stepped in before the door shut. Just got on anyway. Card reader blinking green, rain still sitting on my jacket. City lights across the seats, taxi app still loading circles, battery hanging at 2%. Bus pulled up beside the corner, air brakes hissing through the rain. Route number glowing orange through the fogged up front display. Something about the way it looked felt right enough to follow. I stepped up without thinking, wet shoes squeaking near the driver. He looked at me through the mirror like I almost missed my stop already. 3 people near the back row, wanna sleep against the glass. Someone holding grocery bags, leaking water near their shoes. Window reflections moving sideways, every turn bending the lights. Didn't know the final stop, didn't really need to know. Just got on anyway, like the number on the front. Didn't ask where it was going, just stepped in before the door shut. Just got on anyway. Card reader blinking green, rain still sitting on my jacket. City lights across the seats, bus stop names kept passing slowly through the speaker overhead. I watch raindrops race each other down the edge beside my seat. Someone at the middle exit missed the pull cord twice somehow. Driver side and stopped anyway, right beside an empty block. My earbuds stopped playing music 10 minutes before that point. Still kept fitting out the habit, listening to the engine instead. Red lights stretching through the windows onto somebody's silver rings. Everybody looked half finished, like they left somewhere too fast. Funny how a random number can change the rest of your night. Whole route pulling me somewhere I never planned to see. Just got on anyway, like the number on the front. Didn't ask where it was going, just stepped in before the door shut. Just got on anyway. Car reader blinking green, rain still sitting on my jacket. City lights across the seats, last stop blinking near the ceiling. Half the bus already gone. I stay sitting for a moment, watching rain slide down the door. Just got on anyway. Probably should've called the ride, but the city felt better moving than standing still that night. Shopping cart downhill, one wheel shaking the whole way, water spraying off the sidewalk. City lights across our face. Shopping cart downhill, almost crashed beside the crosswalk. You kept yelling faster while I leaned into the turn. Found a cart behind the market next to stacked up soda crates. Left wheel wobbling every second, handle cold against my hands. You climbed in still holding snacks, hoodie sleeves over your fingers. Plastic bags hanging from the side, hitting every parking pole. I pushed once, then way harder. Cart jumped off the curb too fast. Both of us started yelling instantly before we even hit the hill. Taxi lights stretched on the puddles like they moved with all the wheels. One wheel screaming, metal rattling, whole street sounding loose somehow. Almost dipped beside the bike lane, still didn't slow down. One shopping cart downhill, one wheel shaking the whole way, water spraying off the sidewalk. City lights across our face. Shopping cart downhill, almost crashed beside the crosswalk. You kept yelling faster while I leaned into the turn. Past the guy outside the deli smoking underneath the sign. He looked up for a half a second and just laughed and shook his head. Car kept pulling for the gutter every time we hit a crack. I almost lost both hands laughing, trying to steer around a cone. Your drink spilled across your jacket when we bounced near the loading dock. Fast flew out across the sidewalk right beside the laundromat. Signal changed above the avenue. We rode through before we blinked. Bus stop glass reflected both of us, leaning sideways through the speed. Finally jumped off near the corner, sneakers sliding on the rain. Car still rolling by itself halfway down the empty block. City felt way less serious after doing something stupid. Both of us still out of breath under flickering store light. Shopping cart downhill. One wheel shaking the whole way. Water spraying off the sidewalk. City lights across our face. Shopping cart downhill. Almost crashed beside the crosswalk. You kept yelling faster, faster while I leaned into the turn. Cart finally hit the railing somewhere near the parking gate. We just stood there laughing hard, trying not to fall again. Shopping cart downhill. Hands freezing from the metal. Whole night still spinning sideways long after we stopped moving. Down escalator, running up the wrong way. Home station lights shaking sideways. Both yelling, wait, don't slow down. Down escalator, metal steps under our shoes. Almost made it halfway, laughing before the stairs pulled us back down. Yeah, last train numbers glowing orange through the station tunnel walls. You said race you to the top, then before I even answered back, both of us started sprinting against the moving silver steps. Hoodie sleeves flying everywhere, bags bouncing off the rails. First 5 steps felt easy, then the escalator pulled harder. Sneakers slipping on the edges while the warning sounds kept looping. Got near the ticket gates there once, then looked down at his phone again. Station nearly empty anyway, except the echoes from our shoes. Every step moving backwards while we kept pushing ahead. Whole station felt tilted sideways under flickering ceiling lights. Down escalator, running up the wrong way. Home station lights shaking sideways. Both yelling, wait, don't slow down. Down escalator, metal steps under our shoes. Almost made it halfway, laughing before the stairs pulled us back down. You grabbed both rails, still running. Almost lost a sneaker twice. I was laughing way too hard, trying to keep my balance straight. Train wind rushed across the platform, making both our jackets lift. Card reader beeping somewhere near the closing station gates. We finally reached the middle, and then the steps dragged us apart. You slid back down, still yelling while I jumped sideways near the rail. Someone upstairs started clapping when we almost reached the top. Whole station sounding louder than it actually probably was. Late nights make dumb ideas feel smarter than they are. Both breathing way too hard under subway map reflection. Down escalator, running up the wrong way. Home station lights shaking sideways. Both yelling, wait, don't slow down. Down escalator, metal steps under our shoes. Almost made it halfway, laughing before the stairs pulled us back down. Stood there near the platform, laughing, trying not to fall again. Last train, leaving through the tunnel, lights stretching across the rails. Down escalator, still breathing through a smile. Whole station finally quiet, except our footsteps heading out. Yeah. Shopping cart race. Both wheels shaking through the lane. One car pulling to the left side, still pushing faster anyway. Shopping cart race. Water spraying from the curb. Corner lights all turning sideways. Everybody yelling, go, go, go. Found 2 carts behind the supermarket, stacked beside the loading ramp. One had gum stuck near the handle, other one leaned way too far. You grab yours without a question, I push mine into the street. Both carts rattling like crazy. Soon as wheels touch broken concrete. Hoodie sleeves flying backwards. Taxi lights across the rails. Plastic bottles in the basket, jumping every time we hit cracks. Guy outside the fried chicken spot looked up halfway through a smoke. Probably thought we lost our minds, flying past the parking cones. One wheel wobbling, metal screaming, both cars drifting near the curb. Almost crashed beside the bus stop, still didn't slow down once. Shopping cart race, both wheels shaking through the lane. One car pulling to the left side, still pushing faster anyway. Shopping cart race, water spraying from the curb. Corner lights all turning sideways. Everybody yelling, go, go, go. You jumped on to the lower bar, riding yours downhill, 1 foot up. Mine slammed hard against the pothole, almost threw me near the rail. Both of us still laughing stupid, trying not to lose control. Street light reflections moving fast through the puddles by our shoes. Someone waiting in the crosswalk started clapping when we passed. Bus lights glowing down the avenue while we raced beside the taxis. Your car hit a metal plate, sparks flashed underneath the wheels. Mine kept drifting toward the gutter, still somehow stayed rolling straight. Whole street sounding louder, every block shaking loose. City felt like one long downhill under yellow traffic lights. Shopping cart race, both wheels shaking through the lane. One car pulling to the left side, still pushing faster anyway. Shopping cart race, water spraying from the curb. Corner lights all turning sideways. Everybody yelling, go, go, go. Both cars finally tipped sideways near the corner by the bridge. Stood there out of breath laughing, hands freezing from the metal bar. Shopping cart race, still hearing wheels in my head. Whole night moving way too fast, long after the streets went quiet. Yeah. Before it closed, held the bus door with 1 foot. Driver already shaking his head while you sprinting through the crosswalk. Before it closed, both laughing at the breath. Card almost falling from your pocket, rain still dripping from your sleeves. Yeah. Bus lights glowing through the avenue, 2 seconds left above the sign. You dare wait, don't let it leave. Then almost slipped beside the curb. I threw one arm between the doors, warning beeps sped up instantly. Driver looked into the mirror like he already knew I typed. You were still half a block away, hoodie flying behind your back. Cars passing water onto your shoes while you kept running through the lights. Guy near the middle seats looked up soon as the door stopped moving. Whole bus suddenly watching us, like the station got louder somehow. 1 foot stuck in the doorway, both hands freezing on the rail. Whole street moving too fast under yellow traffic lights. Before it closed, held the bus door with 1 foot. Driver already shaking his head while you sprinting through the crosswalk. Before it closed, both laughing at the breath. Card almost falling from your pocket, rain still dripping from your sleeves. Yeah, you jumped in, still breathing hard. Nearly dropped your transit card. Door shut right behind your shoulder. Bus pulled off before you spoke. Both of us leaned on the side rail, trying not to laugh too loud. Someone near the back kept staring while the windows blurred with rain. Next stop, lights sliding sideways through the wet glass by our heads. You pointed at the driver mirror, trying not to laugh again. Station names kept flashing overhead, half the seats already empty. City looking half asleep, except the engine underneath us. Late nights make bad decisions, feel smarter than they are. Whole bus rocking slightly while we caught our breath again. Before it closed, held the bus door with 1 foot. Driver already shaking his head while you sprinting through the crosswalk. Yeah, before it closed, both laughing at the breath. Card almost falling from your pocket, rain still dripping from your sleeves. Yeah, let's drop somewhere near the river. Neither one of us care much got my sunglasses on inside. Cashier looking at me twice. Grab a cold drink, black and white. Floor lights flicker every night. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Ice melting in the paper cup. Radio low when I pulled up. Didn't even mean to stop. Parked too far from the entrance, didn't feel like fixing it. Heels click slow near the freezer door. Cold air brushing both my wrists. Some kid dropped his instant noodles. Every package hit the floor. His friend laughed too loud behind him. I kept walking past the door. Phone buzz once in my jacket, left it there the whole time. Fluorescent light across my lenses made the whole place look white. Got behind me buying flowers, looked more nervous than me. Used coins instead of his card, kept checking his receipt. I took the drink beside the coffee, changed my mind and put it back. Ended up with something cheaper, guess I do that when I'm tired. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Cashier looking at me twice. Grabbed a cold drink, black and white. Floor lights flicker every night. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Ice melting in the paper cup. Radio low when I pulled up. Didn't even mean to stop. Lip gloss stain on the bottle cap, engine still running outside. Someone smoking by the window, music leaking from his ride. Girl in line kept fixing makeup, using a phone screen reflection. Older man near the magazines fell asleep for 7 seconds. There was gum stuck near my sneaker right before the counter line. Cashier asked me if I wanted points. I said not this time. Didn't come for anything special, just kept driving in circles. City looks softer after 2 and nobody's trying too hard. Green light hit the parking lot. Rain marks still across my hood. Whole place smell like sugar bread and burnt machine coffee cups. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Cashier looking at me twice. Grabbed a cold drink, black and white. Floor lights flicker every night. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Ice melting in the paper cup. Radio low when I pulled up. Didn't even mean to stop. Left one hand around the wheel, other hand against my cheek. Heard somebody laugh outside, then everything went quiet again. I stay driving when I think too much. Gas light almost blinking red. Street so empty I could hear every word the GPS said. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Street lights blur across the side. Cup getting warm in my hand. Didn't even turn the music down. Still got my sunglasses on inside. Door sound playing one more time. Pulled away without a reason. Windows open till the night. The quiet side. One crosswalk changed the whole night. Music faded somewhere behind me. Rain still shining under white lights. The quiet side. Same city, different air. Left across the painted lines. Everything got calmer there. Last corner still looked electric. Someone laughing near the store. Bass echoing through the alley. Shopping carts against the wall. Crosswalk time, counting slowly. Wet lines glowing underneath. I step forward then it changed without really thinking much. Halfway through the street, the sound got smaller, like somebody turned it down. Taxi lights still moving past me, but the noise stayed on the other side. Hoodie coated from the rain now, one earbud hanging silent. Funny how one intersection can split a night in two. Same sidewalk, same buildings, different air walking through the quiet side. One crosswalk changed the whole night. Music faded somewhere behind me. Rain still shining under white lights. The quiet side, same city, different air. Left across the painted lines, everything got calmer there. Vending machine buzzing softly near an empty parking gate. Bus stop glass reflecting nobody except my jacket moving past. Green signal turned back blinking behind me near the louder block. Someone yelled across the avenue, sounded far away already. I checked my phone out of habit, battery sitting at 1%. Screen light barely touching my hands while the avenue stays silver. Shoe soles squeaking softer now on the cleanest side streets. Every step sounding separate without the crowd around it. City never really sleeps, it just changes volume slowly. One side still moving too fast, one side finally breathing. Quiet side, one crosswalk changed the whole night. Music faded somewhere behind me. Rain still shining on the white lights. Quiet side, same city, different air. Left across the painted lines, everything got calmer there. Stood there for a couple seconds, watching headlights cross the rain. They kept walking toward the silence like the